Imagine you've sent your CV to a potential employer and you've been invited for an interview. The topics you will talk about, of course, depend on your field of work. But here are some basic tips to help you get through the interview successfully. Here are 3 do's. First, do show respect for the employer and the opportunity. It's no secret that English language is extremely polite. We have a separate course for studying these subtleties, but here are some polite formulations that will replace the phrases you may be used to. I'm afraid I can't versus no. I would like versus I want. Have a nice day, evening versus goodbye. Good morning, afternoon, evening versus hello. Could you hold a minute, please? Versus wait. For instance, while talking on the phone or in Zoom, when you need to disconnect for a moment. Second, do ask questions. This will show the employer that you are truly interested in the work and achievements of this company. Here are some examples of questions you can ask. About the details of your future job. What does a typical day look like? What are the most immediate projects that need to be addressed? Can you show me the examples of projects I'd be working on? What sort of budget would I be working with? About the requirements. What are the skills and experiences you're looking for in an ideal candidate? What attributes does someone need to have in order to be really successful in this position? What types of skills is the team missing that you're looking for to fill in a new hire? And some other questions. What are the biggest challenges that someone in this position would face? Is this a new role that has been created? Do you expect the main responsibilities for this position to change in the next 6 months to a year? Number 3. Do prepare your answers for frequently asked questions beforehand. HR will most likely ask a few standard interview questions. Here are some of them to help you prepare in advance. Questions about you. Tell me about yourself. What do you want? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Why should we hire you? Why do you want this job? How would your colleagues describe you? What is your greatest weakness? What is your greatest strength? What is your greatest accomplishment or achievement? Why do you want to leave your current job? Do you have any questions? When can you start? Salary questions. What is your current salary? What are your salary expectations? Questions about company. Why do you want to work here? What do you know about us? How did you find this job? Questions about career situations. Why did you quit your last job? Why were you fired? Why were you laid off? How do you explain your gap in employment? 3 don'ts. Do not repeat the information from your CV. When describing your qualifications, you should not repeat what has already been indicated in your CV. HR has probably looked at your resume more than once. Use the interview as an opportunity to tell something new about yourself and something that you could not put in a short, formal CV. For instance, your personal traits: easygoing, hardworking, committed, trustworthy, honest, focused, methodical, proactive. Do not ask questions about raises, holidays, and vacations. Before you hear a specific proposal from an employer, that is, at the stage of the first interview, you should not ask about 3 things: raises, potential salary increases, as well as benefits, bonuses, vacation, and holiday like additional weekends. This can give the HR impression that you are more interested in recreation than working on their projects. Of course, it is very important to clarify when you can go on your first vacation, especially if you are applying for a job in spring or summer. But wait until you pass the competition and discuss employment. Do not forget to send a thank you note after the interview. Why? First, again, out of politeness. Secondly, this is an extra opportunity to remind about yourself and your interest in job. Thirdly, this is the opportunity to clarify something that you forgot to ask about in the interview. And finally, you can demonstrate your skills at written English. Here is an example. Subject: thank you for interview on. Dear, thank you very much for your time today. To interview me for the position of. I appreciate the opportunity to learn more about this job, to meet you and to see your facility. As we discussed, I have of experience with my background and experience, I believe that I could become a contributor to your team very quickly. I'm excited about this opportunity to join. Please do not hesitate to email or call me if you have any questions or need any additional information. I look forward to hearing from you. Best regards, your name. How to answer the difficult question, why did you quit your last job? The key to answering this question is to be brief. Don't bother yourself describing the details. Better yet, reduce everything to an objective reason. I had to move to a new location for various reasons. I had family or health reasons. Or because of unbearable work conditions. Please be careful here. How to answer the difficult question, why were you fired? Be careful not to blame others. If you made a mistake, it should not be denied. Better soften it. A dispute with your boss can be characterized as a difference in opinion. Failure to follow orders because your moral compass told you not to do so. You can also say that you have learned a lot from this experience, which reduces the likelihood of this mistake happening again. How to answer the difficult question, how do you explain your gap in employment? Answer that during this period you were productive, improving yourself, helping your family, or doing something constructive. Hiring managers don't want to hear that it was time for the long-awaited break from the rat race, or time to recharge your batteries. The first thought that comes to their mind is, when is the next break for him? Probably in the middle of our big project we are working on.